Hello everyone, again, wasn't sure if I'd do a video talking about my thoughts on a MK12 trailer. This is our third one now. Well, third one that's like character specific. This one is just a single character reveal. Technically, the trailer's for two characters, but one character is Liu Kang and he was literally in the beta, so it's nothing new to reveal except for his second fatality. And yeah, again, I'm still not sure if I'll do it for all of them. I probably will at this point. As I said, I don't think I want to do another one after the Lin Kuei trailer. If you're bashing, if having an opinion. And well, this one, the thing with this trailer is, I like it, and I think this is going to be the only case where I say that. I think this character is the one beacon of hope for this game. The game's fucked regardless. I mean, the premise sucks. Everyone else can retcon. But this one character is consistent, and this one character is... This is actually an improvement. MK12 has managed to improve a character, and I am impressed. I will applaud them. This doesn't fix the game. It doesn't especially make me too interested in the game. I mean, I've seen the beta footage. The trailer footage... And because that's been what I've been looking at, the trailer footage makes the game look fun. But I've seen the like beta thing, and unless say the full game drastically changes that, I don't know. I mean, it's a type of game I'm going to pick up second hand anyway, because it's NRS and 2 so priced. I mean, at least this time we already have a DLC bundle to get from the start, but I'm pretty sure there'll be more DLCs. There's probably something that you still have to wait for an Ultimate Edition or whatever. I don't know though, they might not do that anymore. That's always my advice with getting another round game. When I realised MK11 did it again, is you just wait a couple years for the complete edition, and then you wait like a month, and then it's like £20 wherever. So yeah, it's interesting. I'll probably miss the game though, if I see the full game. But like, yeah, Geras is cool, basically. Geras is cool. That's the one tiny positive about this game. Because yeah, I've been creating all the gameplay and shit. And like, yeah, there's not much to like with this game. But I like this. It's not just sell me on the game.
It's been eons.
Basically, this is cool. And this is a cool way to introduce him. I like this room. I wonder if this is like Liu Kang's temple, maybe, or whatever. That'd be cool, you know, to parallel Raiden. He has a sky temple. Liu Kang is like the shitty little fire temple. Yeah, I think that'd be neat. I think there's a stage like the Outsiders. This room in particular can't be a stage just from the layout. You can't do a 2D stage, right? Again, this is why we shouldn't have moved away from to 3D MK, because you're limiting your stage designs. And the stages, the environments look so good in this game, and there's genuine like variety with the locations and stuff. So it's just a shame that they don't have any interactables anymore. They're just backgrounds once again. But yeah, this one isn't a stage regardless. All the stuff in the background, I assume there's nothing of importance. I'm not really going to analyze it. But yeah, dude looks cool. He looks like himself, and I can't say about many characters in this game. I can say that for like Katana, Melina, even though both their designs are really mediocre. Kenshi looks like himself when you get to that one costume. But then he's got like a billion different ults that are just some random Yakuza member. I mean, the ninjas we've seen so far, except for Rain, they're literal palette swaps. I can't compliment their designs at all. And like the rest are like mediocre or bad, really. But yeah, the Geras one's cool. I wouldn't call it an improvement. I think there's some other design stuff to touch up on in this video. But yeah, I mean, this base design's fine. I like the colour change. I thought he wouldn't have like blue energy, but I was going to see he's got the blue eyes. Because he has like the yellow gem in the chest thing. I don't know what they called it in MK11. Because he had like gear pieces, and that was one of them. He had that. He had like his knuckle duster, and he had like his battery on the back. Which the battery's still there. And he still had the lines, which I didn't realise, but he still had like those lines on his body and face, but they're more subtle and in different places now. So I like that. I don't like how he's like overall like smaller, but it's Geras. It's still Geras. Also, it's a different voice, and I can hardly tell the difference, so that's cool. And Sector cameo, Sector's still like the best character in this game. Crazy. It's almost like the classic designs up there. That's not true. That's not true. The arcade designs are boring as fuck, except for the cyborgs. But so it's just funny. You can't top the fucking arcade costume. Yeah, I'd like the shoulder pad, and I don't know what point it is. I don't think I have the comparison image on me, but I think it might be here. Yeah, you can't tell this quality. You can't tell. But basically, as you look around, you'll probably find it, or if you just look at the trailer more, he's got a different chest thing, and he's got a different shoulder pad. At one point of view, of course, his costume remains the same. So gear pieces are back, thank God. I was worried customization was just gone; it would just be regular alts. And we think earning them just has to do with leveling up your character. Like, you play with just an individual character and they've got like a set of unlocks. If that's the case, if that's true, we don't have confirmation yet, but if that's the case, that's actually very good, I think. At least conceptually, I think that's a very good way of doing it. Because I like the gear pieces. I think they're very cool. And it offers a lot of variety on top of all the skins you get in MK11. The problem was how you earned them. Tabs of Time is boring as fuck. The crypt was actually pretty well made in that game, and they just had to unlock a very small percentage of the overall unlocks in the game. And obviously I assume Tabs of Time is gone. I don't know if they have live service bullshit still. We don't know. We don't know what the sign modes are. We know they don't have a crypt anymore, so I feel like unlocking could just be simplified as to, oh, you just play the game as a character, right? I still feel like the crit was the best way to do it, you know? But in terms of like unlocking gear piece and stuff, I feel like having a level up system makes sense. And I like the idea of having a character level. I think that's cool. Although it will really highlight which players are just one-tricking a single character, you know? Yeah, this is his time freeze effect that you see on screen here, and it's an actual clock, the animation. Like, you'll see like the hands, and once they go all around, like midnight, it comes around. You can see it a bit there. Yeah, I love what I'm seeing here, like just spears and stuff everywhere. Seth has the flame burner, that's cool. He just does a fucking unprettier, and then drops in with a sword, which is like total sword. I was very worried now. That little shot there, I believe, is the Deadpool. Like, just looking, like, you see a lot of, like, green, you see, like, the hanging eyes. I think this is the Deadpool, which, fine. I don't care about the Deadpool, honestly, and it was in MK11 anyway, so I don't feel like it had to return here. The thing with Deadpool is it has no lore. It's a really cool stage, but it has no fucking significance. It's just an acid bath thing. And I don't know why. There's no reason for it. I feel like MK9 tried to recontextualize it as just being like some like dungeon space for like Shao Kahn's prisoners, but that doesn't seem right. This is just like an acid sewer. Right? It doesn't make sense. But yeah, it's a cool stage, and I'm real happy with it. But yeah, I don't care. I'm definitely more interested in the new stages, because if nothing else, I can at least get like some story off of them. The problem is like the stages don't have like bios like the 3D era did, like Dead Daylight and Deception had full on like paragraph bios for the stages, and that's like they're really cool just from the location alone, not even like how interactive they actually were in gameplay. So I'm hoping there's some cool looking areas, but I'm hoping they're like story relevant, so I can use them, give them a fanfic. That would be nice. Let me know if I could take anything away from this game. Also, I like it. I like Geras' tattoos. I've got to mention. I know some cool tattoos. Again, he's Geras, and I'm talking about how he's like the guy in the hourglass. He was there in MK11. He is the same character. They did not retcon him. They did not fuck him over. They kept the character. They gave him the same purpose. They gave him the same background, right? So he's the same character. And because he's the same character, I'm much more interested because it feels like this character's actually returning, unlike every other character where they just feel like a cheap knockoff or just something completely different. And I feel like he's going to be the one exception. So I wouldn't get your hopes up for the characters being aligned with like their previous selves because, except maybe Shang Tsung, we don't know what's going on with Tsung. He's seemingly the main villain, or at least the lead to a main villain type of thing. And the theory is he's trying to set like this timeline back to how it used to be, which they'll never explain why he feels like he's doing that. I mean, I respect it. I feel like everyone's just going to get behind Shang Tsung if that is his goal, because this timeline fucking sucks. But yeah, I think Geras is going to be the one exception, except maybe Tsung. We don't know what's up with that guy yet. But yeah, Geras is interesting because, I mean, we don't know if this is like a new Geras. I think it's the same Geras MK11. So this Geras has a recollection of past times. Even MK11 Geras would have like a ton of history, even from like previous timelines, even though we never saw him before. Just going off of his lore, right? So that's cool if we still have that, because the whole point of him is a fixed point in time. And I wasn't surprised by Geras being here. I was surprised when I saw the leaks. The leaked roster and Geras was there. And that's why I knew he would be here in some way. I was surprised by how they've done him. I thought, they'll probably keep the fixed point in time thing, but he'll probably be like trying to avenge Chronic or whatever, and just be like a generic villain or whatever. This is a really cool idea. I don't even like Fire God Liu Kang, but this makes it a lot more interesting, just the difference in Geras. I think it's really cool, and it's 100% the best change. I think it's not even really a change because his role is the same, but because he's got different management, he's not really a slave anymore, and he'll be fine with the good guys, presumably. And I mean, just an Ancient Keepers of Time. Like, I feel like this game is presumably going to treat Geras as like a major deal. It comes across that way, especially when it's like a solo reveal. And he should be. He should be a major deal. He's got such a powerful abilities that it was fucking pathetic to just see him being used as like the fatality dummy in MK11. It was a terrible debut for a very cool character. And I think that's especially something with establishing this thing for him. It disassociates him from Chronica. And I thought he'd never really return, at least not for a long while. I thought he'd be a one-and-done like most of the NRS newcomers. I mean, Geras is literally the only NRS newcomer to be on this roster. I mean, there's like 2 unknown slots for the base roster. But yeah, he's pretty much the only one. I only got Takeda in DLC. Your newcomer really you really put a lot into him. Again, I like the fucking newcomers. I wanted newcomers for this game. It's just one that it isn't. Most of the characters feel like newcomers. That's probably why there aren't any, because they're just retconning everyone for their new character ideas. But yeah, they don't do them well. The only reason I care for them is because, I can use them in my own stories and stuff. Right? Because if it's a new thing, they're not ruining an older thing that I have a pre-existing attachment to. So it's more of that than, they actually should bring in newcomers because there's enough characters. I get that. So yeah, I find it very funny. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this Geras is a fixed point in time. Regardless, it's still Geras being Geras. And I think that person is a neutral force rather than hero. That's probably accurate. I mean, he felt neutral in 11 anyway, because I mean he's never really an asshole. The the most piece of shit he gets is like when he's talking to Raiden and he's just shitting on Raiden, and can you blame him? So yeah, he's always been like a neutral guy. And I'm glad he's not just like a villain here. He's clearly on the good side. I can't see him turning bad, but we'll obviously have to see. I can't see the game ruining him. I mean, I'm sure he'll be a victim of circumstance with this shitty new timeline, but I feel like this is definitely going to be the best character in the game. 100%. And Darius, we get to see some Darius stuff, which is cool. So yeah, just kicking ass. I like that weird sand tornado. Yeah, you get to see it again. Look at the hands that go around. He got some grapples in the air, like that's cool. And Darius with the spin kick got his blue energy, so it looks nothing like the cyan, like puffy smoke stuff in 3D era. But so it's clearly that. But if you remember his kick, it was a spin kick. You spin around. So this is what they do. They have you grab Darius for the spin kicks. That is so funny. That is so hilarious. That's very clever. And again, it makes the assist feel like assist, because that's actually a very clever way of doing it. And yeah, I've shit on the cameos so much. Like, everyone has. I don't think anyone thinks this is like a positive addition, you know? Because, I mean, the roster's not even impressive, right? Darius is the only one who's really, like, stood out so far. And there's, like, 4 slots left, and we already know one of those will go to Mataro, which is another standout one, to be fair. And the other 3, there's probably going to be, like, a Thunder God Classic Raiden. And I feel like there's going to be Fire God Lu, not even Classic Lu. I'm pretty sure there's got to be a Fire God Lu cameo for the sake of story. So that leaves, like, 1 slot, which I don't know who that could be. Probably Jade, actually. So yeah, like Darius would be only like obscure 3D era character return here, which is freaking insane. Mavado will be the other one in the Kombat pack. Like, you'd think there'd be more. And everyone was talking about, like, oh, we'll get really obscure with our picks. No, you fucking won't. Use the cameo slots for characters who are on the base roster, you melon. Right, I mean, there's only 3 right now. There's only Kung Lao. Why? Why do we need a class Kung Lao? And there's like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which I don't get for Sub-Zero, because you've literally got Frost as a cameo. You've already got your Crime as a cameo. Like he's unnecessary. Scorpion I get because it's like Spectre Scorpion. It's actually Scorpion, not whatever the fuck he is in Mortal Kombat 12. So I get that one. I don't get the others. If they did Raiden and it's Thunder God Raiden, I get that. That's about it. I feel like they could have done for like stuff like Cyber Smoke, obviously, which they haven't, because it would have been shown off by now. They should have done it for Noob, because obviously with Bihan being alive, Noob can't be in this game. They just dropped the ball on this cameo roster. And it's a shame, because now that I've actually seen one I haven't seen in ages, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is actually kind of cool, right? Because it's faithful to the classic selves, so it's kind of an innocent addition, and it just kind of reintroduces the characters to new players. So, yeah, I think it's alright. My concern before is, oh, it'll just be used for, like, the quote-unquote obscure characters, and they'll just banish them to that, to allow them to just keep doing the same roster. But they certainly have an interest in 3D era characters. Unfortunately, it's just the most popular ones, coincidentally. You know, it's characters that should have been in a game a long time ago, rather than going, like, very out there. But it's definitely an improvement. So, yeah, I'm hoping this is, like, I mean, I don't even want them in this new title and stuff, but like conceptually you'd want these characters to return, and I feel like a cameo is like a good way to slowly bring them in. It's a dumb way, but knowing NRS is probably like a only way, and I can't see this feature even making it to another game, except maybe moving over to Injustice, being an Injustice gimmick, knowing how many DC characters there are. But yeah, it just feels like a missed opportunity. I've seen them in gameplay. If you like they're gonna get annoying fast, and I can tell they lead to some very OP bullshit. But the roster just sucks. The cameo roster sucks. Kano, Sonya, Jax, it makes sense because they're presumably not playable, which that's fine. I feel like you should have had one Special Forces character over Johnny. Preferably Jax, probably, because Jax is like fucking a stellar character in every game. They haven't managed to make Jax bad. Even in MK11 when he had that shitty like story where like his fucking wife died because of reasons, he was still a good character. But yeah, I've kind of gone off on a side chance about the cameo, but it really does annoy me now that I've seen a cameo that I actually think is cool. Like now that there's actually been something with that cameo gimmick that's impressed me, now I'm like, okay, you fuckers, why didn't you do this before? The cyborgs, I mean, of course they're going to stand out, but they should have been in the base roster. It is insane. We have gone over a decade now without Sector and Cyrus being on a roster. That is criminal. That is actually criminal. You know, I'm all for giving opportunities to like, you know, 3D characters and whatnot. But it's the fucking cyber ninjas. And they're clearly, like, bringing back, like, the ninja bias, but it's not applying to the cyborgs, even though the cyborgs are just as popular. It feels, but, yeah, no, apparently not. It's dumb. It is dumb. Like, the match overall is going to be an improvement, because you have names like Darius and, like, Lee May, Tanya just on there, right? And that's cool. But, man, they dropped the ball in a lot of ways. The DLC from the leaks, except for the Johnny Cage one, they're pretty varied. I will give it that. There's only one actual like 3D character there, so yeah, it's just Movado and Darius really. From that crowd of characters, people thought this cameo gimmick would be dedicated for. There's only two. There's also Frost, but Frost was literally playing on last game, and they're literally reusing her MK2 style costume instead of making a Daily Alliance costume for it. It's so lazy. I think we see her in this. I'm sorry for going on a tangent now. Oh yeah, Darius just like boxing up. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it also feels kind of generic, you know? Like you should have just given him his gauntlets for this, right? But I mean, Darius just throwing hands makes sense, it fits, and he breaks the leg and just skip now. Yeah, I don't want to get age restrictions. I already got like 2 Spheres age restrictions back when like Shang Tsung was coming out as MK11 DLC. Like really old MK11 videos that just randomly get age restricted whenever NRS make another trailer. So YouTube just goes on like a killing spree, like an age restricting spree of like MK videos. It's so weird.
You are relishing your role as Earthrealm's protector.
Yeah, that's the Luke Kang stuff. Luke Forest looks cool. And I think this is his temple.
Must know how to use it wisely.
Ah, shut up, Liu Kang. Like, it's annoying. Sector doing cool shit. He has the blue teleport, which is a Triborg thing. Which, I mean, I too mulled it up. I thought it was just always blue, like it fucking gaslit me. But yeah, why wouldn't it be green if you're trying to be like classic Sector? Like, come on. You just do it right. Fucking hell. I'm not asking for much, just do your cameos right. You have a very simple format here. Classic, like, OG variants of the characters that show up, and you can't even do it right.
Parted history, you altered the destinies of certain malefactors to neutralize them.
Crafting a timeline is a complex.
You know that? Oh yeah, I think Liu Kang says something like, "Oh, crafting a timeline is a complex endeavor." Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. He's annoying even in trailers. I can't fucking stand him. Again, I feel like it could drag Geras down. It depends on if Geras is like questioning him and shit. Because I feel like you've got to have someone on his shoulder critiquing his bullshit with this new shitty timeline. Especially if it's Geras who knows past events. I don't know if they will, though. It feels like Baraka. I mean, you saw in the trailer where he, like, comments on how he won't, like cure accounts or whatever. So I feel like he will get criticized, I hope, by Geras, but at least by Baraka, because Baraka's a cool motherfucker. So, yeah, I'm making the portal here. I'm in the smoke. When I first saw this, I thought, oh shit, is this Makiba for some reason? But no, it's snowy. It's snowing. I don't know why. Fucking fun. Yeah, that's Frost coming in with a breaker. And boom. And Frost again. Oh, yeah, so he takes you to space, makes a black hole that tears you apart. This is a bit of a leap from the guy who wouldn't actually kill you in his original fatality. A bit of a leap. I mean, it's fucking cool, but Jesus Christ, that's a bit much. I assume this isn't a power he has in game. But that's insane. And Geras is just like he makes like some sand NATO thing and he cuts you in half. I mean, that's Geras stuff, right? It's Geras things. I mean, like, he peels you apart in MK11, so this doesn't really surprise me. Again, I don't care about the fatalities. I don't think many do at this point. But I will say the fatalities seem a lot more creative. And, I mean, they're very violent, but less violent than, like, MK11. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the only positive I can really take from that is the assumption, because we don't know, is that, like, the fucking bullshit how they handled doing MK11 fatalities, which caused people PTSD. I'd hope that's ended now, and that's why it looks less violent. Or maybe they're just shit at their jobs. I don't know. But yeah, that's actually it. That's legit it, because Geras doesn't even have a bio, at least right now. They forgot to post it. It's almost like the bio shouldn't go on your shitty little website, and they should be in the actual game. Crazy idea, I know, but yeah. So yeah, I have complaints, but it's kind of like side stuff from this trailer for the most part, except for Liu Kang. I won't get behind this take on Liu Kang because it's not Liu Kang. Bootleg Raiden, you know, I can't fucking stand him. And I hope it doesn't drag Geras down with him. Geras can hopefully elevate him, but I can't imagine it. I just think it's cool to see Geras, and it's still Geras. But yeah, I'm cool with them being homies, you know, like Liu Kang and Geras. Oh yeah, they're besties now, like, sure. I don't like this take on Liu Kang, but I think that's a cool role for Geras. So yeah, basically, I'm all in on Geras. I have, like, no real negatives to say about Geras from what the trailer has shown. So, and I think it's going to be the only time, but I will say, this was a good trailer. It was a good trailer. They showed Darius' stuff, which they should have done in the last trailer. Why would you fucking reveal a cameo and then not show what they do? They showed Sect with a flame burner. Yeah, and they showed Geras popping off. It's cool. It's cool. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye.